Hi and welcome today to our video series on the Blue Door project. Let's start with the living room. This living space is a large rectangular area, obviously divided into the living and the dining areas by this window on one side and this passage going to the bedrooms on the other. The only extra was this niche, which we decided to use as the bar. We gave it an L-shaped bar counter, which maximizes use of the space, yet allowing easy access to the cabinets. The dining table, we could have placed it vertically like this, but then it would have blocked access to the bar. We could have kept it horizontally in the center of the hall, but then it would have blocked access through this passageway. And so we decided to push it against the wall, which allows for easy access to the bar and entry into the home. That leaves the living space where we had to put a TV against one wall and the seating going right around it. How can we possibly begin the tour of the Blue Door project without first seeing the Blue Door? The color was almost an afterthought, with the client one day sending me a message and a picture from Pinterest saying she wanted a colorful door. We discussed a lot of colors before finally settling down on blue, and I love how it's like a little teaser of things to come. The entryway into this home is through this narrow passage. We decided to go all white here and light it up well so that it doesn't feel constricted and closed. Since the passageway was too narrow to fit in a console, we decided to place the console just as you enter the living room. We used this sideboard with a mirror, so it doubles up not just as an entryway console, but also as a shoe cabinet and a crockery unit. This sideboard was love at first sight. As soon as we walked into this store, the clients just completely fell in love with this piece, and I was more than happy to include it in their home. On the left, the dining wall is broken into this niche into which we fit in the bar cabinet and the wall next to it where we place the dining table. We decided to frame both these together and use one wallpaper across them so that it looks like a larger single piece rather than separate smaller sections. The L-shaped bar unit fit neatly into that niche. We've used lots of mirror here to amplify the space so that the niche doesn't look constricted and closed. We took the longest time selecting this wallpaper. We didn't want a dark color, we didn't want a repetitive geometric pattern, and then we found these black and white flowers which just seem to fit in perfectly. The pattern, though repetitive, is almost mural-like and there is no overbearing color. It also seemed to fit in perfectly with the bone inlay sideboard on the opposite side. We then continued with the black and white geometric onto the glass pane, and everything just fell into place. We had some fun selecting that lamp above the dining table. Initially I had selected this longish pendant which went horizontally above the length of the table. But the clients have cats and they were actually worried that the cats would jump onto that rod and be hanging from it all day. So we finally selected this round pendant which is more cat friendly. Finally, that bench and that piece of art above it, it adds a pop of color onto the dining side so that this doesn't look too monochromatic compared to the rest of the room. The client's favorite color is blue, so they wanted a living room that was blue yet colorful. So we started with this rug. Since the rug is dark, we kept most of the furniture light. The sofa is a white, and then we have gentler patterns on the chairs. Then we picked the colors of the rug while selecting cushions to go on all our seating, which gives us this living room which is blue yet not quite. That finally leaves the balcony. We changed the flooring into these pretty pattern tiles. It's a narrow, long balcony, which meant we could fit in 2 chairs side by side with a small coffee table in between them. Also, this balcony is shared with the guest room, and so we use this trellis to separate the 2 sides so that the guest balcony can have its own privacy. Let me end with a few before and afters. This was just the first of our series on the Blue Door project. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with the bedroom soon.